Hello, and welcome to day 18 of 21 Days of Presence. How are you doing? Well, we're really in the thick of it right here in the middle of this exact square, the third time of Mars squaring up with Uranus. And the energy of the collective going on right now and what's going on in the Lightworker Soul is this frustration at our world, this manifested world that we live in, unable to validate what's really going on. And it's kind of like, you can go through your life and kind of just, oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And then at certain points, all that you've suppressed, Mars has a fiery energy, right? It's that ruler of Mars, passion, desire for expression. And so in this square with Uranus, of course, after Mars has taken this retrograde, we're looking at moving forward in this new age. And so there's this kind of frustration coming up around whether or not we're actually free. We've been kind of bought into the fact that, we just kind of go along with life. And part of what's shaking down in our ultimate reality right now is that humans need to make a decision if they want to become free of the control energies of the lower matrix, or if they want to just keep going along with the plan. And those of us who have a sense of this bigger process and have a sense of these bigger energies, and yet continue to be unvalidated in this world, it's like we're being gaslit. I don't know if you know that term, but it's like when people convince you that your reality isn't true and that you're crazy. And that's exactly what's happened for the Indigo Soul, Lightworker Soul crystal seeds over their entire lifetimes in this earth evolution. And it's getting incredibly frustrating. It's this feeling, Mars square Uranus, of why can't our world move forward? It's almost like, and then in our personal life, it's a feeling of like, I've done all the right things, right? Like I'm doing my meditations, I'm trying to raise my vibration, I'm trying to eat the right foods, I'm trying to do this, and then it's like, it doesn't seem like anything's working, and like we're not getting anywhere, and it's hopeless, and what's the point? That's the energy control matrix wants you to think that that's what's happening. But this frustration feeling, this feeling of being pulled in all directions. And it's a lot of the feelings that were coming up at the beginning of the Mars retrograde and then at different points in time over this last season. And this feeling is back now. And it's that third time. So it's the mystery of it. It's the completion of it. It's like, now you got to get it. And it's about what is holding us back collectively and individually from moving forward in this new energy. So even though the energy makes you feel like nothing's ever going to happen that is in alignment with the truth of who you are, and this world is just never going to change and be what you want it to be, and more alignment with the truth of who you are, and you have to just go on fitting in like a square peg in a round hole. And it's like, that's actually these feelings are actually evidence that it is changing. Okay, so it's really important to kind of tap in to that deeper peace within and know that the more chaotic and crazy and frustrated we feel, that's the more that people are actually breaking free from these paradigms. And the deal that we're dealing with right now is that we've been so oppressed energetically, and humans have been so used to being prisoners that that's what makes them feel safe. And there's this programmed fear, like a terror energy around breaking free. So this is happening in our individual lives, where we go to, break free from something oppressive, and we'll go ahead and create another situation that's just as oppressive on another level, because we've been programmed to feel safer in captivity, in slavery, in being stuck in this lower vibrational matrix. And there's huge soul groups on the planet right now that this is no longer working for. And, what are we going to do about it? It just feels like the message we're getting is that this is the end of the road. This world can't change. It's a brick wall. Why even try? And that is all evidence that we're actually changing. So it's really important through this Mars square Uranus to continue to tap in to what's really going on. And you know this in your heart and soul, even if there's nothing around you that can validate. You know, a lot of Lightworker souls, Indigo souls in particular, are very isolated. And this is part of the deal, is that we need to be in different locations with groups of people so that we can be that pillar of peace and harmony as these shifts and changes occur. So we need to be spread out, and actually includes, you know, it improves our potency and our effectiveness, except for that it feels isolation. And again, the prison walls of this paradigm are keeping those Lightworker souls from being able to sense and feel each other. That's why these types of collective meditations are so incredibly potent. So I really appreciate you tapping in and being a part of this 21 days of presence. You don't even know what your presence, you know, it's like we go through our life and we just get so stuck in this paradigm of your inner world and how invalidated it is in this outer world. And I can just feel this frustration in the collective energies on the planet, but also very in particular on these soul groups. That means it's about to change. That means we're about to be set free and take it to a whole nother level. So sit tight and know that everything that's all of the stress and frustration right now that people are feeling is actually a validation that the energies are changing, our world is changing, and that's why you're so incredibly needed right here. But there's that situation that you're not around other people and nothing in the outside world. It's like humanity's just like la 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 la, you know, and does not notice or validate or have any kind of sense. You know, everybody's just, the more things get crazy in the collective consciousness, the more people shut down and suppress and turn off. And then that sensitive soul. So the soul groups we're talking about right now are incredibly sensitive, incredibly empathic, and feel so much of the collective energy. And that means you have a tendency to take on the energies of the collective without knowing it. So part of the empowerment of the empath is understanding how sensitive you are, understanding that that's a really sweet gift that's going to serve you and this planet and our collective consciousness as we move forward. But it can be incredibly uncomfortable, especially when there's nothing out there to validate what you're feeling. And so just know that it's like the reality right now has that whole like putty feeling, silly putty feeling of like goo and being pulled in all these different directions. And that's a good thing, but it feels like exhausting and overwhelming. And it's like lifetimes of waiting for something to happen, and kind of this feeling of like, no, nothing's ever going to happen. Nothing's ever going to change here. Why did I even bother coming to this planet? You know, and that's what the lower matrix wants you to think right now. That is the vibrational frequency thought forms that are being fed into your reality. And it's a total and complete lie. And it actually validates how much change is actually happening and how much you're actually needed, wanted, desired, and so appreciated, like by Mother Earth. So just keep that in mind as we go through this push-pull energy. We're going to feel this for the next couple of days, but it will be lessening, and it's kind of culmination leading up to this. Saturday night is going to be in Mountain Standard Time is going to be this equinox. Okay, so we're leading up to this equinox. These are really potent times, the solstices and the equinoxes, because it's when the Earth is in alignment with the galactic center, and so in alignment with the whole universe or the whole solar system. And so it's kind of like, it's a potent and powerful time. So we're leading up to that. And because this last season has been so incredibly potent, it's like there's literally some sort of threshold happening. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and do a group session. This is a group intuitive session where we look at shared past lives. That's going to happen at the exact time of the equinox, and that's going to be 7 p.m. Saturday the 20th. And that's Mountain Standard Time, which would be 6 p.m. on the East Coast and 9 p.m. on I mean, 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. So I hope you'll consider joining me if you feel called to be there. What we're going to do is we go a little bit deeper, quite a bit deeper than we do in the activation, and work on this soul group work, shared past lives, where we can get clearings and healings to help us understand and get the information we need to really take it to the next level. And then the Aries new moon, that activation is going to be on Monday night. And that's also leading up to the exact time of that Aries full moon. And so we have these culminating experiences coming up. And for some reason, I don't know exactly why, this is kind of the thing as we come into our intuition and come into this higher knowing, to these incredible faculties that we have. This is part of the frustration of the Lightworker soul, is that we don't have the support and the validation for who we are to learn and grow and come into the power. And in fact, it's like all the forces of the universe working against us is what it feels like, working against us, figuring out who we are, and programmed fear that we encounter that makes us want to go back into our prison. So we feel safer when we're in the prison of this world, of the lower matrix. And that's the programming, the whole deal. It's like humanity has to decide that they're willing to step outside of this subjugation that's been happening for thousands of years on the planet and become free, autonomous beings that can receive their spiritual initiation and activation. And so we, of course, Lightworker soul groups are leading the way in this and holding space for this. And so that means that you have to go outside of this paradigm to find that validation of who you are. And the best way to do that is to connect in with your higher self. So that's a big part of everything we've been doing, and I don't know exactly why I've been called to do this 21 days of presence, except for that I think, I felt like that's what I needed. And I know we're at a huge turning point, and it could quite possibly be that, we're coming together to hold space for a massive transition on this other level, where we can start to get these timelines landing and the validation for who we are and what in the heck we're doing here, more than just this mundane reality that everybody around you probably seems satisfied with, and it's just the way it is, and they're not interested in looking up and beyond their prison. But that's not going to work for you. And that's why you're feeling the way you are right now. So go ahead and let that validate who you are, and come back into your center whenever you can. And just let this paradigm, this collective energy, just set that all aside. So we're going to take a minute to do this right now. And so go ahead and feel yourself arrive right here, right now, this now moment. Just taking a few breaths, checking in with the base of your spine, your root chakra, just putting down this beautiful root system, coming into communication with Mother Earth. And maybe that communication, it's almost like we go through periods of time where it's easy to connect in with Mother Earth and kind of feel grounded and safe. And in this intense astrology right now, it's not feeling that way. We have to kind of go around or go through, circumvent those energies, that fear programming that says that it's not okay, that's not safe on the planet right now. And again, that validates that feeling, those fear programming that says it's not safe. It's like, this is the collective energy, but that everybody's refusing to address. Okay. And you can't do that because you're way too sensitive. And so, but it's this programming that says it's not safe to be on the planet right now. And that always happens when we're going through massive energetic shifts. So just know that, like, the more you feel like nothing's happening and changing in your life, the more it actually is changing in your life, at least in this period of strange period of time that we're in right now. So just go ahead and feel that increased permission. And just like a big sigh, just like out breath, letting yourself sink into Mother Earth and allow her to hold you. And any part of you that feels it's not safe to be here, just imagine your magic sword. You could just cut all that away and just sink deeper into Mother Earth. I'm kind of seeing this picture of like our chakra system and our collective chakra system and the chakra system of the earth all out of whack. It's like we've been in some trauma, like what's going on is kind of traumatic, and it's pulling, it's like Jenga, and we've got these levels and they're all out of whack, almost like you've been in an accident, and your physical body, your spine is all like we all different directions. And that's what's going on with the chakra system right now, and I think the whole collective energy on the planet. But what if this is a rearranging to finally feel like we're moving somewhere and getting somewhere? Like maybe that's what's happening right now. And so just go ahead and imagine, I'm seeing the breathing tube. This is this beautiful beam of light, the pillar of light that you are. It goes around your whole chakra system and your spine. And just invite alignment between the earth and the cosmic forces, your higher self, and the cosmic central sun, the oneness that we all are a part of. And just imagine breathing in that oneness through your breathing tube and up from the earth, and bringing these forces of energy together. And just go ahead and receive an energetic wave for alignment in your chakra system, so you can come back into feeling peace and presence and wholeness. And go ahead and just allow that adjustment to occur. Continuing to breathe in air, light, and prana, paying attention to the area of your heart. There is so much past trauma with this Saturn square Chiron playing out in the collective right now. And that is just so difficult for a lot of people, because you cannot access what in your everyday consciousness, what this is. And yet you're feeling kind of worked around and traumatized, maybe all the planetary traumas we've been through. And knowing and kind of overcoming all that, letting go of resetting our whole vibration to really know deep in your heart, and you know this, that we're doing it differently this time. And this is why we're all here right now. There's never been more light workers on the planet. And we are here holding space for a harmonious transition into the higher frequency vibrations, releasing the lies and the fear programming that it has to be catastrophic. That is something that was created in our reality to keep us in fear of our higher ascension, our higher spiritual evolution. And it's just not true. And you know this in your heart. And so just let your heart communicate with Mother Earth, coming into heart frequency resonance, coming into this peace, knowing that the way out of the external prison is within, where we're free and whole, held and loved. And just bring your attention to the area of your heart, and just step into the sacred chamber of your heart in this heart frequency resonance, feeling your whole neighborhood be affected by this beautiful, peaceful vibration. Your whole town, your whole state or country, and the whole planet. All of the souls that are taking the time to take 5 minutes a day to come out of the prison of this reality and find this ultimate peace and freedom, and knowing inside that there's a really way, way, way bigger picture going on, and it's okay. We're just here together right now in the process. I'm just taking a few deep breaths and enjoying this deep peace, heart frequency resonance. I'm kind of seeing the earth having its own, kind of so destabilized energetically. This is this Uranus energy, but we're destabilizing to be able to find a better stability. We're destabilizing to rattle that cage, to come out of the prison of the lower paradigm energies. And so the earth itself is grounding out into, kind of almost like together, Mother Earth Gaia and the Lightworker Souls are holding our place in the universe, holding our place, recognizing that incredible force that holds all the planets and just their perfect formations. So much bigger than us in this one little narrow reality. And so know that force is out there holding it all together, and it's in here too. And it can hold us all together and bring us back into alignment throughout our day as we feel kind of pulled off by this chaotic energy in the collective. And just enjoy this deep peace and groundedness and connection and security of this now moment together. All the other souls paying attention on the planet right now. Just receive an energetic wave to just recalibrate whatever might need to be recalibrated in your chakra system, in your physical body, in your emotional body, just kind of coming back to peace and coming back to center. Feeling your highest self, the cosmos, and Mother Earth together working with you in this very invalidated but very true place of pure connection. And what does it look like for you to live your life from this place? Caring for yourself, that you know when you get off and pulled into these rubber band type of energies, you can come back here and be that living, breathing peace, that example for your soul groups and for the collective consciousness and the people around you, your family and your friends. This is where you excel. And there's no awareness of this. There's no validation of this. There's no training for this. It's because you have learned this way before you even came to this earth evolution, through many lifetimes and ascension processes you've already been in. And nothing in this world right now, in this narrow confine of reality, is going to validate that for you. You've got to do it for yourself. With Mother Earth and your highest self, and just feeling this deep frequency of peace, heart frequency resonance, surrounding the whole planet like a big hug, a big cosmic hug. Is that what's going on? We're moving into these new areas of the galaxy, and we're getting all kind of shot with all this cosmic energy. Is it like a hug that feels a little bit destabilizing because we don't know what cosmic love is? We only know about this like angry, punishing God, this version we've been fed. And so just go ahead and allow yourself and imagine the earth receiving that these energies are actually like a big cosmic hug, a big validation of the truth of who you are and the wholeness of your being. Just take a few deep breaths and just enjoy your time here in this deep peace for as long as you would like. And when you're ready, go ahead and complete your meditation. Well, thank you so much for joining me for day 18 of 21 days of presence. Hang in there. We're getting worked around in all levels, but that peace is there for you more than ever before at the same time. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 19 of 21 days of presence. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.